Well, we'll be back. See? We're going to discuss some of the criminality we're going on yesterday. Thief in food policies. So anybody here after yesterday and can point it out to us, please do.
Morning, family. Morning.
Morning, my boss.
Morning. We never did want you stop talking, you know, but
But tired, never take a break, you know, man. I talk for about probably hour and a half now. Almost 2 hours. You know? So I don't know say a man like me can hold up in a budget debate then. You see me? Because I can talk for days.
on my side, the signal will freeze up. If signal will freeze up on my side, you know.
So maybe I hear a signal. You hear me protecting Jay?
Yeah, man, may I hear you clearly?
Well, I hear your side, Mario. I hear your side. Chat, you know, I hear me, give me some green art from the government there. The government continue to do a splendid job looking after the people's affairs of Jamaica. And give me some green art from the government. Morning, Solja.
Isis, brother. A time when I wake up, you know.
Tell we
no
now.
Me no PMP. A time when I
Tell
wake up.
we why we wake up now.
Brother, I feed them job fi keep down Jamaica. I feed them job fi keep down the love. I feed them vibe. I feed them job fi keep it a poverty.
Set up yourself properly, my boss. We not hear properly. Low, turn up your thing or something.
Bias, me tell you say me no one and me tell you say me no the other.
Yeah, me I hear you know, but me I say we not really hear it properly. So just turn up your thing, my G.
Oh, okay. Me I say,
Yeah.
me no bias enough and me no me's a rasta, see me?
Yeah.
One understand them two, we no wrestle against flesh and blood, you know, brother. I feel them job there so, the two-party job, I feel divide and keep. We in a impoverished state. We keep, however, you know love, you know Jamaica one, you know what Jamaica capable of with if we feed it in a one love, one unit.
So let me ask you a question, fireman. You employed?
You know how much impact we already have on the world.
I am a fireman.
Suppose we never in our impoverished state and depression.
Yeah, fireman, you hear me?
Go on now, me I hear you.
Me ask you if you employed, my G.
Me self-employed, me hustle, me buy and sell, me farm, me do all of these things. I don't depend on nobody but myself.
Okay, so you don't need no government then, my boss, right?
No, basically, me know already say, them in place, based on my education, based on my studies, based on my research. Because you talk to an educated person, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very educated. And you think about we, you know, we have to understand that dunce is, you see dunce? Dunce is not knowing, you know. Dunce is knowing and can learn.
Alright, so me ask you something where you might know. So do you know that they're building or they have built a highway in Clarendon? The north south highway.
Yes, I don't. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
We have a motto, or whatever you call it, say, out of many, we are one. See? The
And
fact that
that me G. Me ask you say if you know about the highway that the government
yes,
built.
me know all of that there. And me know about road still. Me know about down a try. Me know about down a try with 5 years now. The bridge collapse.
Okay,
More
so
than 5 years.
how long you think it take to
And
build a bridge, me G?
a labor right here that.
So me ask you a question, me G. You know if no engineer in Jamaica we can build a bridge.
And with the on one side.
Hold on, my father, me a reason, you know, me have to give me look away and then me give you back look away. See?
Alright.
So me ask you a question. You know if no engineer in Jamaica we can build a bridge?
What's your point?
Me ask you if you know of any engineer in Jamaica that can build a bridge.
Me say what's your point?
Answer your question no?
No.
Okay, so we have a little procurement issue now because we don't have no engineer for ourselves, and we also no building material them where and not just cement alone and steel alone build bridge, as you know. So we have to wait out a little time for get in the personnel for build the bridge and the equipment as well because we don't have them either. So you think a bridge or a hospital can build in a 5 year, G?
What you mean?
Me ask you if we don't have the equipment and we don't have the personnel, you think think in your brain say, cause you say you're intelligent and you're educated. You know think in your brain so it might take us a little while to accomplish that little thing.
So who did build the bridge prior to it breaking down?
The bridge built from a long time, from colonial time, G. See? And when the British left, they left with their engineers and they left with their equipment. So
no equipment never. Them never. How they build it? How? So you tell me say when the bridge is built back in a them time there, it was also people them get to come build the bridge.
of course, people come from Britain and come with machine, all kind of machinery. Even at 800s, 1800s.
Jamaican like me. You Jamaican like me. You Jamaican like me. Change used to run up. The development 50 years ago, it's like we are developed backwards. You see me? Because what Jamaica was.
Yeah, what your problem, Solja now? Solja, you're more. You say you don't know no two of them, but you're more sympathetic to PNP. You just don't want to give this government no credit.
No, because the two-party turn we in a hypocrite against we own money.
No, G. No, let me say something to you. After I say this to you, I give you a minute to explain yourself. See? Now, I persons are going to disagree with me for keep you up, but here what? As two Jamaicans, I want to reason with you because guess what? Some people might learn some things this morning what they never know. See? Now, in the 1800s, as a matter of fact, in the last part of the 1700s, the Industrial Revolution started. See? Things started coming on ships from Britain, i.e. things like train line and trains and all of these things. See? In the later 1800s, we had phones and electricity and all of that and all of those things. The British, they did what they could. But when time they left with their equipment and they left with their engineers. The PNP in the 1990s had a long reign to train a lot of engineers. You know why Andrew Holness make people go hard today for free? You know why?
Heart always did it for free.
You know why Heart people get paid for go Heart today for free, G? Heart wasn't always free. Them used to charge a fee under PNP. It was free before that. See? But may I tell you why we are train people now? Because we lack engineers and we lack people with the skills. So much so the government have to talk about, importing labor into Jamaica. When we have the people them, but they are not trained. So because the PNP failed in their time, they're 19 years. Remember, 19 years, me had two generations that, we're supposed to move further. All of them things that Andrew Holness do now, them should have done already, my father.
I do them job. I remember say,
no, you can't say them do their job if PNP never do their job, G. So what did for them job when they never do it?
I have to keep we in a impoverished state. I feel divide and keep.
What kind
Half
of
of the
public state you in, me G? Can you not? Let me ask you a question. You can't find a night dinner tonight.
and not just me. You see, me and the rebel. They
Me
have some.
ask you if you can't find a night dinner tonight.
They have majority of people them.
Can you find a night dinner tonight, soldier?
Of course, me hustle. Me not,
Okay, then you're not impoverished, me G. You're not impoverished. A person that is impoverished can't find a night dinner, me G.
Brother, you move like you did Liloons and I look a bit.
Me ask you if you're employed, you say you're self-employed. No, you say you're impoverished. You cannot be impoverished, me G. You can be working poor, but you know what impoverished mean?
No, John, I the man mind impoverished, man. That's
my point is
in mind impoverished.
in place to keep.
John, me there on the job site. So let me tell you something about yesterday when me learned. You there first world country,
All right,
like how me there first world country, right?
Yeah.
You there first world country, like how me there first world country, right?
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that I watch when a person is speaking, right? I watch their emotional intelligence in the sense that how their body language speak to you, and as somebody that looks in your eyes and tell lie on you, right? And I'm kind of diverting, yet I am talking about the budget. Because when you're presenting a proposal for a budget, for this kind of thing, it requires you to be thinking visionary and also producing numbers so people can see what you're saying. Now, the attack that I see on the Prime Minister yesterday by Mr. Golding, it leaves me bitter.
Very
and why I say it leaves me bitter? Now, my signal in and out?
No, man, Mr. Mark Golden very disgusting. He can't help himself. He might rely upon people like Solja.
How him feel like me that I support.
Me just I said 2 minutes and go down.
Remember, I said them not educate
Do
me
John.
enough. The school curriculum.
Do John, this man can't help you. Me have to go. You see me?
Go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, so when me see how the man demeanor was and how the man was looking on the Prime Minister and speaking with that kind of massa, KKK, white supreme, white hurt me heart, brother. Come on behavior. Now, when I look on what was presented, right, for us to go forward, I don't say that. Me hear some people talk about the housing, and you bring it up a while ago, you know, Dujan. If you go a jungle, you see the house them with Porsche bill. Right now, people in them are not paying no money, you know. So, people who think this idea about getting something and getting a house, and because you're not paying NHT or you lose your job, what happened? That's a part of my problem.
And
with this kind of presentation.
What happened? Because all I got me, I got end up back a square one. So you don't really think this is true.
So,
beg you a quick say.
But that's a poverty, brother. So, that's my little comment for now. Me I come down and make somebody else come up. So, can we depend on the
road? Go ahead, Kingston 11.
Solja.
Member say no. Andrew Holness go a Darlistan go bill. Wait, let me just say this and come down. Andrew Holness, you know, talk about it down at Westmoreland. Say Andrew Holness go down there in our first term, go build some house where PJ did vision and couldn't do, you know. Member up at Darlistan right before the health center.
They can't grow the economy, MFG. They couldn't grow the economy, so they couldn't do nothing.
All right, my brother.
Listen. First thing. Morning, everybody. Solja.
Yeah, me I hear you.
The 1 billion we promise you, you're not coming. So the little money you have a buy credit for company life, or invest it in a liquor self-employment business.
But I dig up that the answers them one. Just make
Wanna take time with him, man.
Yes, man.
Time with him. Listen, sometimes people gone far, you know, but guess what? Yeah, hold on. Let me say something, Solja. Let me say something. Me not cut my boss. Me I allow you. But hold on, no. Hold on, no, Solja. Let me say something.
Rob. One party when in power. Zine one party rob Jamaica. Help the labor right. Zine one party rob Jamaica. Help the PMP while the labor right suffer.
All right, so we're glad they said that. We're glad they said that, Soldier. So we just ask you now. We just ask you now. We have close to 500 people that watch now, my G. So let me ask you a question. Hold on, no Kingston 11. Let me ask you a question, Soldier. And me ask everybody will say this question. So nobody thinks me a child violator. I want you to tell me and the almost 500 people that is watching this live, my G. What has the Jamaica Labour Party stolen? Go ahead.
By accepting money, Zin, for Jamaica, and only using that money to help labor right side of Jamaica, while you can even drive on the road and know which side of PMP. You can drive on the road and know who in charge. You can say right
ask you again. Which money did they accept and what money did they use to help just Labour Party people?
Continue be hypocrite.
Alright, go ahead now, my boss. Tell me what money did they get, how much, and what did they use it for to aid JLP? Go ahead.
Me attack?
Yeah, how much money did they get? You said they didn't get money, so tell me where they get it from, how much they get it from, and where they use to help JLP. Go ahead.
It's a common tradition now. PMP in charge, they rob them, get all of the money for Jamaica.
You cannot say PNP rob, but you don't know if PNP rob. No, you can't say JLP rob without evidence, my boss. So, what money did they get? Where they get the money from? How much they get? And which JLP they use if it help? Tell me. Because as far as me know, when Andrew Wellness give away, as a matter of fact, a host them Andrew Wellness give away, more PNP get them than JLP. Because most JLP are hard-working people.
No change. I see him thing I got now JLP in charge. Yeah man, PMP about 15 years of
Alright, Soldier. We are wasting time with them, my boss. So
yeah, man. Soldier last class. Soldier last.
100 life. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So basically, my whole assessment of the budget, like him say a whole heap of words and him a try come out as me as intellectual and I try present himself, right? But if you take a good look on the budget debate, there is no infrastructure demands. Even so, like first let me say this, right? Mark Golden is planning to come into government and reform all of the progress made under the Jamaica Labour Party for the past 9 years. His plan is to come in, grab power, right? And all of the strides that we have taken forward as a nation, he's going to try to change all the structures and have so that everything have a PMP stamp on it, right? He's offended by the fact that the government divested the highway so that we can buy shares in it. He's probably offended that the government divested the way.
Like I man people them alone supposed to own their thing there. So I say tap on arms.
Yes, those major prosperity infrastructure were put in place for we the citizens. He's probably offended by the fact that the wind farm is divested. And I hear that there is plans in place for the government to divest Petrojam because we're being expanded when the deal comes through with Guyana. We don't really know the 100 on it, but we just try to put a comment in it. Yep. So,
morning, my peeps. So I'm going. Yeah, DUJON. Bad gap here from Central Florida. When I say, me have they have opposition. The other side, the PNP them. So some PNP, man. I'm a core worker them. I'm a fight find out say them bias. So me I ask them say, in a time where PG sell out the airport and all of them big place there in Jamaica, if them never sell it out, if the country wouldn't better, them are tell me no.
To be, JLP did sell the airport, but it was in bankruptcy. So,
No, we sell the airport, you know.
the deal,
Get it right, daddy.
the deal,
We sell the airport sell already, you know, by the time we come in and government, we don't have a choice.
Yes, that's
Sell
right.
yeah.
So, I'm
It's
talking about
it's a lease.
Is
It's a
that
lease.
the Selman?
me I talk about
Salmon.
me I
At
talk about
least it
TV.
lease, man. At least it
Lease,
lease,
man.
but we don't have control over it.
We-
I say at least lease, you know, sell.
We
Alright,
get a percentage. We get a
But we never
percentage.
have a choice in running it. But sometimes private sector in some things is better. Just understand that.
Yeah, because
run
the bankruptcy, even they never run it good. They never run jails, they pays good. They never run the sugar industry good. They never run the airport good. And these are our three major infrastructure that was sold by the PNP.
And when you said there, we need to elaborate and make people they know say PNP did not
PNP.
thing.
Yeah, man, which is right, because I saw me see it too, you know, just call it, delete the name and done.
So remember, it not sell it, lease. It's important to get the facts.
Yeah. So these are three major industries because we are, as a nation, we're not a gold nation, we're not an oil nation, right? So these are some of the ways how the country could generate a little money for the economy, right? Boom for itself. But the PNP government, because of bad management, bad rob up things, because they're a thief and criminal, right? And them don't know how to run a
Let me tell you
country.
what happened, G. You see the PNP, just like when you see Mark Golding did yesterday. So one time they come in a power, them promise, and know they can't fulfill it.
Exactly.
May I go on the road? Let me say this quickly.
We really want to talk about this morning, about the debate.
You know, so you touch a point there this morning, DUJON, where the reason we leave the co-workers, and I tell them, say, when you stop the bias, you know, because me can remember when PNP in a power, and people have to pay money for go archers, and when labor right win all of them things, they free up. Some man a tell me, say, a lie, me a tell and this and that. Me say, brother, enough youth in our community for go archers. It's like them have to join a church, a group thing, for go through free, and then the church sponsor them certain little thing, brother. And the man them a tell me, say, me a liar.
Let me tell you something.
Fear daddy.
Let me tell you something.
Big up me, DUJON. Me got something clear, please.
Who said that? Obey.
Yeah, man.
Aye,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Debate yesterday with Mark Gold when come out and make him presentation. Right? All of these things what Mark Gold talking about, even the JT bus into the UL community. Remember, sir, at this moment right now, our part program have a bus in every school right at this moment. Send children to school at this moment.
Strictly plagiarism, my boss. Plagiarism at its finest.
So we want to talk about certain things yesterday that the debate. I will appear rubbish matter.
Yes, tomorrow when the Prime Minister do film speech, the Prime Minister will come with all of them point there and show the people them say, look, this is already happening.
You
This
see,
moment no, we're not declared. At this moment no, alright. I heard him talking about a lot of things. And what about though? He think about it, him have all these ideas and he cannot give, he might take about $1 billion from one place to one place to tap this and do that. Where the result going to come to repay back these things? What's the income of these things? What the result? Fit back these things.
That are the $1 trillion question.
All right.
That we want to know. We want to know where am I going to fund all of these things from, right?
People were listening to our live. Want to go back and listening to yourself and get this politics. We
already know where funding now.
And 2000 promising, empty promising, and it can't work. We want substance now. We're tired of promise now.
Basically, Obey, what we doing now, as with Andrew Olnis and previously the other our finance minister. What they accomplished, them accomplished, we put the country in a good standing in terms of borrowing debt, right? Because, so for instance, the more you pay your debt, and the less you require to pay, right? So we kind of have that pound side where we have a little bit in the kitty. Also, we can borrow money, and thirdly, them can put tax because we have a good tax reduction system going on in place, right? And fourthly, well, I've learned last night say we did have the fourth one as they can start print money and mash up the economy, but we find out that Bruce Golding did kind of make it an independent commission, so then nobody handled upon that with the thing there. Wait, name them. Oh, my mind, we just wake up, man. But these are some things where them as themselves can do because what them say.
Which year we in, my boss? Which year we in?
No, 2025, innit?
All right, so I want to listen to the article. I'm just going to read the headline. Right? Published Friday, May 20, 2022. The government is promising to ease the demand of housing by allowing Jamaicans to acquire their homes in a rent-to-own arrangement. This is from 2022. So what am I going to talk about yesterday?
All right.
Let me say this, Dujan. Give me a minute, please. Last year during independence, Mark Golding go Bahamas. Mark Golding invest 20 million US in social housing in Bahamas, which is now being cited as whole heap of corruption going on in Bahamas. Anyway you look in Bahamas, that is the discussion of the day. I think even the housing minister resigned over that 20 million investment and the policy behind it. Now, if Mark Golding is interested in Jamaica housing, well, in our own constituency, the staircase where people might travel upon a drop down, Mark Golding could have partnership with the government because the government have called for the regeneration of the inner city by investors. They would build the houses at certain price and the housing trust would guarantee to buy it. There's a policy like that now. Why Mark Golding never invest in Jamaica if he want to help Jamaicans? This is something we can ride. Do you hear me?
Man, we here.
Yeah. So we need to ask that question. I'll catch you back later. I go up on the road.
All right, my boss.
Morning, Dujan. Morning, Dujan. Morning. Dujan, me, you know me glad for, so me is a Labour right voter. If me was an undecided voter, you see that speech where Mark Golding and him something minister make, that budget with them say. If me was an undecided voter, I could have never said PMP, cause I know me not see the tools budget where Mark Golding and him shut up finish the minister make no sense. Cause it don't make sense you push out one heap of policy, one heap of plans, and you now put the figure for back up how you're gonna fund those plan where you're coming with, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna generate the money. Although we know you're gonna generate it, can go two-way PMP can generate money. Tax and go borrow. Run back to the IMF and borrow. Them are gonna mash up the little money where in the NRR, then them now have nothing like how Mike and Madeleine been do it. So at that them aim. But if me was an undecided voter, me couldn't say PMP.
Me need to ask you one question, you know. Me need you to tell me how is it that Mark Golding is going to deliver the you buying a house without buying the land. How does that work? How you separate a house from the land? Protecting JA, explain that to me, my boss.
Morning, family, morning. That is impossible, but more and go back to something you said earlier, just to put some context to it. So in 2022, the Prime Minister, I think while delivering some houses in somewhere, I think it was in St. Catherine, I don't remember exactly, he posited that the government is considering a program, they're developing a program for rent to own. That was in 2022. In 2020, Vote Dread had included it in the PMP's manifesto. But that's not where it started. So it is not a PMP idea. When Chris Tufton was at Capri, the research was being done, and it was suggested by Capri when the report was published that the government, any government of Jamaica, should continue a rent to own program to allow more Jamaicans who wouldn't meet certain criteria to own, to rent a property built by the NHT with a prospect of owning it over a certain period of time. And then that government would work out whatever. So the PMP did not come up with that idea. And again, if we are to credit anybody with that idea, it was when Christopher Tufton was the head of Capri that
we know them things there, but the regular man who don't know I'm Mark Golden, me even here. Well, lady name I talk on Cliff Hughes yesterday. Two lady talk. And one of them say Mark Golden blatantly lie about something.
Yeah, man,
he man a fuck rep. I like him, sorry.
Yeah, but when him present these things, is as if them come up with this thing now, so them are the baby father, you know? So just to put some context, so even though it wasn't included fully in the JLP's manifesto, it was something that the JLP had adopted because it was something that makes sense. Now, there is no way, unless the house are go up in the year, there's no way that you're going to own a house or you buy a house I think what he was trying to explain is that he wants to develop a program where if him take away the cost of the land off of the overall cost for the property, then it will make it a little cheaper for the person who are buy able to afford the house.
You see what that I do? What that I do, you know, is it I go force people to be they go force people to be loyal to the PNP, because guess what?
It is just a
own the land and government own the land.
It is just a beacon call to voters, because I vote them out. You know, notice the people where them are target since Thursday last week. Young people and old people, because the polls say the young people and the old people in 55 to 65 move away from the PMP. The problem with that is, you know, the problem with that is, if you were to remove the cost of the land for the consumer, means to the person we are going to buy, the cost for the entire property was already included in the construction and the final price of the property. So who is going to offset the price of the land? The average land from government are between $1.5 to $2 million. Who are going to offset that? You are going to run the NHT. Okay, are you going to raise
the taxpayer, the government.
No, Mark Golden released a list of things yesterday, and just 2 out of the list where him released I go cost trillions. As a matter of fact, one of the sitting where him released with the 2000 with the $1 billion to give young people. That's only able to help. That's only able to help 2,000 young people at $500,000 as for down payment per person. That's going to run up the country in $4 trillion in a day. $4 trillion.
Hold on. Let me get this out of the way. Go ahead.
No, you see the knowledge you're protecting have? Most of us don't have it. Now, what we need to do is to take the topic them on a daily basis. So if today we are dealing with housing, we deal with housing. Tomorrow we are dealing with water, we deal with water. So we have a direct channel each day for beat a topic. So we research it, do all of the pros and cons to it, and put our thing in our...
It really work, because sometimes we reach the limit of we ask. Because sometimes I start my life on one topic every day, you know? But then we blossom in another thing.
But you see you do that. You see, but that's how we teach. Because a teacher have to teach, you know. A teacher have to teach and open people's eyes.
When I listen to this, I want to see how Mark Golden look a bit and bare face and teeth. And listen to this. When did Mark Golden doing budget debate? Which date? Yesterday. Yesterday the 18th, right? Now listen to this now, Jamaica. 6th of March 2025. Government plans to expand services of Jamaica Urban Transit Company outside Kingston Metropolitan Region. A move which will reflect its commitment to provide safe, reliable and affordable transportation to new and expanding communities and to the rural parishes, Transport Minister Vaz announced. Just last week, 2 weeks ago, Darrell Vaz announced that there are plans to move the JUTC into rural communities, and 2 weeks later we have Mark Golden saying that is his plan. You don't want that wicked, that thief, a liar, man than this, eh? But because they realize that Jamaican people don't read news and they don't follow news.
Better than that. That have been a part of the Jamaica Labour Party's plan. It was in their manifesto in 2016. It was in the manifesto in 2020. And a matter of fact, in a 2007, Bruce Golding coming into power in the election campaign was discussing that on the platform. I did not look in the 07 manifesto to see if it was something that was placed in the manifesto. But the idea of getting the service out to rural Jamaica have always been a plan of the Jamaica Labour Party. Mark Golding is just a tricky-hard man.
There's another one he's told to DUJON. He talked about removing bureaucracy and red tape. The government has been working on that from 2023. They made amendments
to that. Think about this, winner, before you go any further, just yesterday before Mark Golden speak, they said that the regulation was passed in the House.
But from 2023, we made amendments to the act. The Prime Minister appointed a task force in January to improve efficiency while we were looking after the bill. The bill go through upper house. Hold on. The bill go through the lower house and it go through the upper house. It passed. And you see the movement of Minister Audrey Marks. Move from out of the we call her ambassador Washington. So she come into that ministry. Hold on, finish. Create the new ministry, right? When we use the ministry to drive efficiency, using the amendments that was done to the procurement act. How the hell Mark Golden come to Parliament and tell Jamaica they are fixing the way Prime Minister fix already?
But when I say to you, winner, it's because them realize there's a large demography of persons who do not understand how these things work. And this is the demography that Mark Golden is playing to, you know. Because here was the problem. Mark Golden now bank for enough people like me and know say we know what going on and we can go and tell the people them. He might think say boy a lot of people don't know so he can pull the wool over their eyes. And that is what the PNP have been doing for many years. See? So because them realize that there's a, like me tell you now, probably if you stop a man in a Westmoreland right now and ask him, he can't tell you all of these things. He don't know, he just don't know. And in Westmoreland alone, Hanover, enough place. See? They can't tell you. So because Mark Golden realize say Jamaican people and people really follow up news, they really have to follow TikTok and listen to TikTok. See?
Hold on there, hold on there. Did you know, I may talk to the panel, I talk to the people them where we see up here, so 260, and we talk to For You page. Did you know that the PNP tell their supporters to not watch any speech that Andrew Holness is making? Did you know that the PNP tell their supporters do not listen to Andrew because I be a lie, I go tell, only listen when time the comrade leader is speaking? Did you know that the comrade leader and the PNP tell their citizens, tell their followers, do not support or do not participate in any program that the government is doing? John Pollock almost lose him room in the basement at 89 all up road up at the PMP headquarters because he got take free food from Christopher Tufton. And when John Pollock signed up for the free teeth, then threaten him, so them will kick him out if he got take the free teeth. So I'll know he have no teeth in
there. Let me just pause right there so I can send a message to Mr. Pollock. Mr. Pollock, I've been waiting 6 months now. Your foot must cheesy by this. We want it back. Kaiko give it. Go ahead, protecting Jay.
So protecting, let me ask you a question. If PMP is indoctrinating its people not to listen to what the government is saying, not at all, whether these things are factual, they can fact check them, not to indulge themselves into the government program that are available to them to make their lives better. Isn't that some kind of brainwashing and dictatorship kind of mentality?
Okay.
Say me not doubt upon a speech you make because one at a time you can't remember.
Hold on. If you're telling the people, best for you to suffer and complain and wait till we are in government to make your life better. What kind of leadership?
But it backfired. It backfired for me yesterday because on the PMP live, there's no follow-up on PMP live. I would check you like JP live them yesterday. It was like I had the PMP live, I had a big PMP man them on TikTok. Feed them live yesterday with the budget like 80, 60. Nobody now for them. And I say, how come this? I feed them leaders speak and nobody now follow them. Nobody now they're playing live. And for the JP live what we're playing, people are playing like crazy. So I say, no man, something wrong. Something is wrong here.
But remember saying my brethren, Portia did come on the public and tell us that she not watch news, she have no time to listen to news, We remember that speech,
They are walking around. Angela Brownberg did it recently, and guess what? Them a go to people yard, and she went to somebody else when she had tour with somebody, and tell the person say, don't vote for the JLP. Because the Prime Minister have 28 bank accounts because of them in thief bolt money and put in her. And she did not know who she was saying that to. Angela Brownberg. These are the things that go around and tell people. Mark Golden sent out threat in a film constituency that nobody, Boys Town down at the side where the JLP supporters there, that are the Boys Town Heart Academy, one Heart Trust, they're in a Calismith drive. So. Right on a Boys Town. And threat sent out in a film constituency that nobody from up at the top must not attend the Heart Trust down there, so even though the government have paid people to go learn a trade. A whole heap of youth have to move out of the constituency but somewhere else go live because they want to be a part of the program of the government.
That's true. Remember that.
So we have to understand what we are fighting as a people. We have fight a battle where somebody said earlier, the Rasta, we did up before, say principalities and power we have fight party. Because when you trick a man, when a man drink a Kool-Aid like that, and you can't even tell him say the sky is grey or it is blue, it's sad. And we have to understand and we have to be forceful. Mark Golden and the PMP has never been good for Jamaica. They will never be good for Jamaica. They are not good for Jamaica. And we have to understand that. Mark Golden did not present his budget presentation yesterday because nothing that Mark Golden presented can be contained or maintained within the $1.3 trillion that the government has put forward, which the Fiscal Commission has said that it is credible. 2 items out of Mark Golden's presentation yesterday amount to over $3 trillion. Now, if we have a budget of 1.3 trillion to work with, how come you come with some pie in the sky $3 trillion 2 item when a more than 2 item you put forward? Everything together that Mark Golden presented yesterday, all of the freeness, amount to almost $10 trillion, which means that Jamaica will be indebted up to 9 trillion. If Mark Golden and the PMP were to implement all of them the foolishness there.
Brother, listen.
9 trillion we would have been a deficit. 9 trillion. And the people of Jamaica must understand what the PMP is trying to do. They might reach out to TikTokers. Then all of a sudden the day after when Julian Robinson realized everybody are calling a lick him down, in can change him out, but it's not TikTokers. Okay, so if it is a screen fund, Didn't Nigel Clark in 2023, in his budget presentation, put forward a screen fund which was activated and people have registered to access the funds for the screen fund, which would cater to people developing on-screen programs and the creatives that put videos together and make short movies and stories. Isn't that what the government did in 2023 through Nigel Clark? The PMP realized that all they're doing is grasping at straws.
Protecting. Because they can't pay the bloggers them. Because them cannot pay them, them make that promise. They make the promise openly, but it backfire upon them. So them are in a trouble now. Because that money is not forthcoming.
And the Prime Minister not talk yet today. And the Prime Minister will talk tomorrow, so we're going to hear what
right. So them bloggers what them have. Them high-flying bloggers, J. Bryan and Ingram and Richards, them can empty.
Them owe one
and
of them $3 million. $3 million. Me not even didn't know say the PMP I pay all Wayne loans some in Canada.
So the promise
Wayne loans some sick, you know. Wayne loans some sick. And the PMP I pay him to take care of some medical bill. That's why I see him out on the PMP on the JLP so. Them a pay them and they cannot afford to pay them anymore because Dayton Campbell said the PMP is cash strapped. They are in financial problems. So they cannot afford to pay them. So I promise them my tax dollar. I promise TikTok and my tax dollar if Jamaican people so fool for vote them in. 2,000 people. Which 2,000 people? Out of the $1 billion where them are put up as NHT down payment fund. 2,000 people it can help because if I 500,000 per person, that can only help 2,000 people. Will that be 2,000 unpicked comrades? I wonder if the people of Jamaica realize that they are being hoodwinked by the opposition leader Mark Golding.
You know that most PMP people will get that.
Yes, spot on, and these are the questions you have to keep asking, Protecting. All of us have to ask these questions daily.
The question one more ask too. Them said that the people with NHC urgent trust with the host for something where say all who now pay urgent trust can come in and get rental something we matter about foolish if you get host out of our finance. That's the question I want to ask.
So you know if you pay again, you can just come in and put in an application.
And this now, I'm going to say no. It's if people with a lower class cannot afford urgent trust NHD, they can come in. Who do look work and can't pay it, they will come in and they will allow them to pay the don't pay. That's what I want to ask Mark Bowling is verify the people who can afford to get it. If you can't pay it, how you pay the down payment and all these things. More ask this question because this question is something that burn inside of me. Out of finance. What is class? I yourself to a question that make me confused. Believe you me. I'm so confused. Anybody can help me?
Listen to me, Bridget. Budget. Alright, let me tell you something. Julian Robinson come and talk about the smart, what do you call it? SME. Exact word for word what was said on television in come back and present. They are trying to appeal to the people of Jamaica who they think needs help the most. And they are going to promise these people. Look what they do to the teachers. Look at the plans they have with teachers. What about doctors, nurses? Those other people, they don't want help too?
Nobody thinks that they're not criminal out of NIR too, you know. Nobody thinks
Good morning, Beach and everyone.
Hold on. They don't want concession pan care too. They don't want relief that is given to teachers. You can imagine them put that into play for teachers. What is going to happen to the rest of the public service?
Mark Golding I try if you don't win, I try if you breed more criminal in the country. That will not have you understand.
Criminal, them a wait for the hands out, you know, brother. That is it, you know. Me telling you something, man. PNP overall. They no love work. That's why they say Labour right a rich people party. But not a rich people party, the independent party where people work for them want. PNP is a hands out party. Understand it?
Labour right people have ambition, you know, brother.
That is it, my general. Work for what we want, you know, brother. You understand? PNP sit down and wait for somebody to go work for him and care money come give him. Nothing go so. Nothing go so, me done. You have to work for what you want. You get your pitney them, go work and mind them. If you go sit down on the roadside and want MP go do things and care money come give you. Huh?
Bro, the speech was just a misleading speech. I don't know who watched the talk with them have a southeastern St. Elizabeth with there in a Junction Square about hard program. Brother, the most people in that constituency are not even 10 minutes away from Heart. I remember say Heart is free. And you're gone right right the office in front of Heart, you're gone talk about Heart program, how you go help people to go Heart and Heart the 10 minutes away from the most people in that constituency. PNP are just misleading people, bro.
You can guarantee that the freeness change from Archers. A man have to go pay money for go hard.
It's about revamp Hard Trust. How? Hard Trust will only give it free skill up to the associate level. What is Mark Bonin going to do to Hard Trust again? Who's going to pay before me leave Jamaica last year, Zin, I remember in my community, them have a program, Max. Them have a program where in the community where you can go and you get certified bartending, housekeeping, and them thing there. Then and then you have a next set of people where I walk and I look what kind of if you do trade work, them interview you and them say if you come in for 2 days and then you get certified, brother. So me don't know where Mark talk about. Where them talk about, them just try, them just mislead the people them. And because we here protecting JSA, because PNP do not listen to labor right, bro. So all of them say that them don't know.
That is it. Right now, you know, the Archers are flanker, you know, Moby, you know. A playing them a teach you them for playing engine them a work on right now, you know. That's where them specialize in, you know. You understand? And them a look more youth to come in at Archers. Just with little education. Them can build them. You understand me I deal with? And you know me done.
But PNP now listen to it when Labour Right talk, so that's why you see most people know their heart, brother, because PNP no really listen to the Labour Right when them attack. You see me?
Yeah.
A lot of me say I walk just enter I walk after people now. I go to a construction site or man with the woodwork and them thing there. And I ask them if them certified already or if they would like to get certified, bro. And I can tell you in my place, not even 5 of them not do it. And the amount of trade man you have there, where I run business, where them I run company, and them don't have a registered company, them don't have a certificate, them don't have nothing, and hard go up on the site, bro.